What is going on, guys, ladies, and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Locked In Podcast, the Big 80, episode 80, on this beautiful, beautiful Friday evening. And really excited for this one because it was a well-requested topic for a part 2 tonight. As you guys probably saw in the promotions, we are talking about dating once again. We're going to be talking about the dating landscape in 2022. We've already done a part 1 to this in episode 67. So 13 episodes later, we're here at episode 80 with part 2 of this. Basically tonight, guys, what we're going to be talking about is our perspective on what the dating landscape kind of looks like in 2022. We'll talk a little bit about how dating culture has changed with the emergence of dating apps. We'll talk about cold approaching techniques.
Cold approaching, like that.
Yeah, exactly. We'll also talk about our perspectives, first dates, all different types of things, guys. It's going to be an exciting one tonight. We are joined by special guest Marius Raffaelli. Marius is a returning guest to the podcast. Welcome back, Mario. Appreciate you being
here. What's up, Mario?
Thanks, man. Appreciate it, guys. Thanks for having me. Hey, Locked In Nation, what's up? How's everyone doing?
Yeah, what's up, man? We're glad to have you. We may be joined
by
other. Yeah, we may be joined. So we got a lot of people watching right now. We may be joined by other guests as well as this kind of rolls on. So it should be interesting. I do want to introduce, as always, we're your hosts for the evening. I'm Steve Ushler, and joined alongside me on the other side is the other main man, my man George Menchai.
What's up, bro?
What's up, brother?
G-Mac in the building. What's up, you guys?
What's going on, man? And guys, as you can kind of tell, this is like it's a little bit different format because it's a Friday, right? Instead of a Thursday due to scheduling conflicts. We told you guys that last week. So here we are on Friday night. We're going to make this happen, guys. We're going to hop into it very, very quickly. But we are going to play the intro real quick, and then we will see you on the other side, and we will carry out this episode. So, guys,
let's do it.
All right, guys. So many people have kind of joined us since the intro. So, guys, welcome back to the Locked In Podcast, episode 80. We're joined by special guest Marius Raffaelli, aka Mario. He is back in the building with us. And tonight, guys, we're talking dating landscape in 2022. We're going to talk about all different sides of it, but we do want to hear your perspectives as well. I do want to make that clear. So, guys, if you are watching this content, you have anything to offer, drop what your perspectives have been with the dating landscape in 2022. Whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, whatever the case may be, drop your comments below. If you like what you're watching, smash the like button. Also, if you're not already subscribed and you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on because we release content every single week. You don't miss it. Guys, without further ado, just sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. It's 2022, guys. Be true and be you. All right, guys, so we're going to hop into it. I know we already talked about it in episode 67 with part 1. But guys, perspectives with the
that was a good episode, by the way, man.
Thanks, man. Thanks. I mean, we try to offer advice where we can, but also, this is more of a perspective show because everybody deals with different perspectives. Men and women both deal with different perspectives. All men deal with different types of perspectives. All women deal with different types of perspectives. So that's all we can do in this community is learn and grow and learn from each other. So without further ado, why don't we get started? George, I know I think last time we kind of ended with you, man. Do you want to kick it off, man? I mean, just like I want to say, like, what has your perspective basically been, man, with like the dating landscape today in 2022? Just from like the dating app side, the in-person approach side of it. As single guys, I feel like we can relate somewhat on this side of it, but
right.
Why don't I'll let you kind of kick it off, man? Just like in general, what has your perspective kind of been?
Sure, bro. Not a problem. So basically talking about dating right now, and we're gonna kind of like start a little bit with, like you said, like the perspective and dating landscape in 2021. I think that's a great way to start, and then we'll get into some other stuff. I just think that and based on what I've seen from my experiences, from everything around social media and beyond and everything else, it's just changed. Or now it's a lot of dating. Now it's almost like it's what you show on social media, but then you go to date and it's a little different. Let me explain that. Meaning, like, you might meet a girl and she might see you on a Tinder app or the other ones you guys are telling me about, or Facebook dating, whatever, and it might say one thing there, but just because you match with them and you might talk to them, you're in a talking process through the computer, or your phone, through IG or Facebook or Tinder or some of these other apps. but they don't mean anything, to be honest with you, unless you got a number and you can actually get a girl to actually meet in person and conversate a little bit and get to know them somewhat, or maybe talk on the phone by voice. I just don't really think that that's really much of an accomplishment. It's just how I see it these days. Anyone can match with anybody, really, or not anyone, but a lot of people can really, put up a little front on Facebook or social media. They could have a nice, a nice profile, on their dating site. But it kind of comes down to what you're gonna do once you get the person to come out with you, or when you see the person. If you can, how you play your cards. You know what I mean? I think it comes down to that too. That's just what I think. I also do think that modern dating it's become a lot more numbers game and a game of like people have more confidence and it's good to approach, but I think it's better if you approach them in person, not so much just on the dating side on social media. But I gotta say one thing though, it is a great way to meet people and to give you again without the harder. Let's be real. I think we can all agree that it's harder to approach somebody in person than on a phone on an app. You can just say hi, bye. They don't respond to you. Oh well, you got rejected. You never even really know. You don't even know if she got the message or the person, he or she, whatever. But in real life, it takes more like how can I say it? Not just like have just the game, but you gotta be collected, have your thoughts right, go say the right thing, start a conversation. It's called the icebreaker for those that know what they're talking about, and those guys that been watching. So you could do the icebreaker different in person, but on the it's a little different on social media or on dating sites, which a lot of times is connected to social media. Social media can help you for dating sites because it's become automatically already a dating site, even though it's not necessarily what it was. But now they have Facebook dating. I don't know about IG, but Facebook does, and people are meeting each other on Facebook, on Twitter. I mean, it's been going on for over 10 years now. It's not just about 2022. It's been going on for half of last decade, the better part of last decade, and this decade. So I think that's where we're kind of heading. I think it's going to be more sites, more stuff online. And if you could somehow do it online, that's great. I mean, I just think that once you do it online, you got to know that you cannot really pretend to be one person online, and then when you meet the person, you're different. I just think you should, know what you're getting into a little bit. Be calm out there, go out there, explore. Some days go right, some don't. Kind of take it from there.
That's a good point, man. I just want to go back to the cold approach. You said you'd rather meet somebody in person or something like that. That's actually, you know what? Just because the landscape, because we've already talked in episode 67. So guys, if you haven't watched part one, you can always watch part one prior to this or after this. To go back on some things we talked about. But I know one of the things we talked about, the landscape has changed significantly, right? Especially with COVID, with dating apps. But just because the landscape has changed doesn't mean that cold approaching still realistically isn't a thing. If anything, it's actually kind of, this might sound a little corny, but kind of like a hidden superpower, because cold approaching in today's day and age is going to be more shocking than it would have been about 10 years ago before dating apps kind of existed. So cold approaching actually can be to your benefit. Now, it obviously requires confidence for you to go up to and approach people, but the only realistic way that you will get that confidence is by failing, and just going up, and you're going to be nervous at first, but realistically, the only real way that you'll get good at that is by going up and just trying to do. I mean, honestly, I have some techniques that I can give you guys from when I would do it years ago, but we'll get into that in a little bit. But just to harp on your point, George. Cold approaching can actually be very beneficial today because not a lot of guys are probably doing it compared to, 10 years ago when like apps like Tinder and stuff weren't not around. So I would actually probably say that. And to your point on people pretending to be somebody on a certain, look a certain way and your filters on apps, I completely agree. I've heard people even tell me, I've even heard people tell me that, people lie. Well, people don't look, people will use old photos on apps sometimes. They'll exaggerate about things. I've even heard somebody recently tell me that there's guys out there lying about their height, which is kind of crazy to me. To me, it's kind of funny. It's like, well, isn't the person going to recognize what you look like when you meet up with them? I don't know. People can always pretend to be
people
a persona.
Manipulate a lot, bro.
You can't really feel
the art of deception and manipulation. People act one way, but they're really different. And a lot of times, girls will see that. Or if it's a girl out there dating a guy, she's trying to kind of hide things. I mean, a lot of times the person that you're seeing, I mean, like, let's be real, come on, man. No one's really stupid out there, unless you're just stupid, period. But they'll see what's up. They'll ask you, oh, you see such and such, do this. And sometimes guys and girls will open up and say, stuff like, oh, I was just saying that to sound cool or to make my, what do you call the biography on your, like, for example, on some staying sites, they have a little, you can write a little tagline, some quotes, stuff like, one place I love to live, the food I could eat over and over. If you prefer like the sea to the mountain, shit like that. I got a little questionnaires at the bottom there, some of the sites. And that's when people are honest about things. But then again, on top, a lot of people say the same thing. Like, for example, let's be real. It's no filters right now. No, it's Bart. We'll say it all. People say they're girls and guys. Let's just say, since we're guys talking about girls, obviously. Oh, what you looking for? Friendship, a serious relationship. Half the time, they don't want to see a serious relationship. They just want to see what's up. And if they meet the right guy, then they go into a serious relationship. There's no such thing. And then it kills me. The girls will say that, please, if you just want to hook up, swipe left or right. But you're only here to hook up. Let's be real. You're not going to find true love in a dating site. You might find the right person.
People aren't on those apps to find friendship, man. Like people be out there saying they're trying to find friendship. Yeah. Like you're not on these these apps to find friendship. Some people might. I mean, to be honest, like all right, I want to say like it depends on the culture, maybe on the background of who the person is. Maybe if they're not from like the U.S. and stuff. I feel like most people are not on those apps. Realistically, to find friendship, they're looking for either something casual or something long term as a relationship. Most people,
that's why they call it a dating app.
A friend with benefits, maybe.
Yeah, it's not a friendship app. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
You want to be. I mean, there's people that could really look for it, but you know what? There's apps now like Facebook Dating that can actually make somebody's intentions known up front. Unlike apps like Tinder and stuff like that, apps like Facebook Dating, right? They can actually tell you, I believe. From when we did our like research on it, I know George, me and you have like looked at different things on it, but I think the contents of like Facebook Dating now, it is advanced to the point where like it will show what the person is looking for, so it can be like something casual, something long term, even friendship on there, or I've even seen just talking, like they just wanted somebody to chat with.
No, you'll see that. Yeah,
it keeps it real up front, I guess.
It keeps it real, but do you think it's really what it is, bro? The girl could just say, "I'm looking for chatting here," but rather she probably wants a boyfriend, but because they don't want to always put their real intention to them. They say, "Oh, I just want to chat," and then they find somebody to chat with them, and they feel like they're the one, or the guy, because they'll decide, okay, he might get friend zoned, simped, or I might actually give him a chance to talk to him. It's if you can really convince her, if you can really something attractive, and you got what to say too. You cannot just keep going in circles, small talk. Small talk should only be the first few days, like the first like this much, maybe like a little the top lines. After they should, in my opinion, I'll be like, okay, well, I'm not here just to chit chat because I barely go on Facebook anymore. And especially on Facebook dating. I mean, why would I even do that? So
yeah, but you definitely gotta. Yeah, you definitely just can't be rude about it. You just gotta keep it in like a direct way, like
but definitely very.
Hey, look, like hey, I like your vibe. Like it has to be something simple. Like I would say,
keep it simple.
Guys, I know we've talked before, but if you're trying to transition on a dating app, what you kind of realistically, I would say, do is you just want to, you want it to be light, you want it to be playful, but you also want to escalate to a phone number pretty quickly, because if realistically, you know what, like I should pull like old conversations. I wonder if I can like re-download my apps and like pull old conversations.
I got all that stuff, bro.
But the problem is you have to blur. But the problem is you have to. It's a lot because you have to blur the other person's name out. You just can't. You can't make the person obvious. But just examples, you know what I mean? You would have to like
blur that would be a good idea if you guys did a part 3.
Yeah. That actually wouldn't be a bad one. We just had to blur the other girls' names out from back in the day. But realistically, like what I would say is, you want to transition pretty quickly, at least from my personal experience, off of it. You want to get the phone number and you want to try to do it quick, because the odds are, and the statistics show, the longer you're on it, and the more you're kind of talking in the terms of a pen pal, the less likely you are to meet that person. So if you're looking to meet a person in real life, which is usually, I would say, probably the reason why you're on a dating app, you want to get that phone number fairly quickly so you can build rapport. And then if you have an iPhone, or even if you don't have an iPhone, you could FaceTime, but even if you don't have an iPhone, you can, Messenger video, Facebook Messenger videos, you can Skype. There's tons of ways
you can use WhatsApp.
Yeah, and I
used to do that when I used to do that when I had my Galaxy and my Sony phone, but now that I got the iPhone years ago, I just FaceTime.
And for the single fellas, the single guys out there, to be honest, not all girls are going to be into it, but some girls would like to FaceTime beforehand if they're uncomfortable with possibly meeting you. So
see who you are and make sure that you're the right person. Like as far as like, okay, are you what you look? I mean, are you the guy that you say you are? I mean, it's also another thing we'll get into a little bit, Steve. Not to show, bro, but catfish as well, because there's a lot of catfishing going on. It's a lot of misinformation spreading, like rumors. People are spreading rumors. And Mary, I'll talk to you about this behind the scenes. Somebody I'm cool with that a couple of us where. Long story short, I went through my memories. Like sometimes the memory might show something shared like a year ago, and somebody said such and such blank is a cheater. I keep looking like, what the fuck what's in my page? Like, who the fuck are you? I said, you fucking clown. I screenshot it. I texted such and such, and I said, yo, what's up with this? She hits me up talking about it's my stalker. I'm like, oh, okay. She got a stalker. I'm like, well, I said, listen, baby, just a word of advice. I mean, I'm not the best advice, but stay away from stalkers. You might live longer.
Be careful.
Yeah,
You never
it was
know.
really
People
weird
are
because like, I
crazy
don't
out there,
understand why
man.
it comes to my page, but it's like something I shared, and I can't even find her Facebook anymore. But it shows like if you put her name, something comes up. But you know, somebody deactivated or they blocked. I mean, she didn't block me, but she probably put her shit on hold or deactivated it. So I screenshot. I'm like, yo, what's up with this? What is my page? She's like, oh, that's my stalker. She said, just don't contact them. I was like, it's probably a spam page. And I was like, you got a stalker? She's like, long story. So like, all right, but drama. See, because guys are stalking females online now. That's another thing. And
I have a coffee mug that says drama-free zone. I can't allow drama. Yeah, I can't allow drama into my or like I don't know. Like it's just that's drama. To be honest, if she has a stalker, why don't she just block the guy? It's plain and simple.
What, bro?
That too.
Yeah, I mean, if she has a stalker, why don't she just block the guy?
No, but she did. That's the whole thing. I think she blocked him and like she got him on IG. Now I don't understand. It's weird how he shows up on my page. I mean, granted, she might have liked a couple of things I posted like a year or two ago on my memories. Maybe commented, but this girl, bro, Maris knows who it is. I think she deleted IG. I mean, sorry, her Facebook a while ago, and her IG, but her Facebook. So I'm like, I'm not surprised. Somebody's stalking her because she probably got involved with the wrong guy. And I told her, just better watch out for these guys. I think you could call me and said, but
yeah, if it gets extreme, man, she might want to contact the police. You just never know. Some people are crazy. They can take it to another point.
So much going on in this world, bro. So much toxicity going on, bro. So much. The police gonna be called, but what are they gonna do? Though the guy's not dead, they can't prove nothing. You can get a restraining order.
No,
You
but
can get like
that's what I was about to say.
Yeah. She can get a restraining order.
Yeah.
You don't need a rhyme or reason to do that.
Not at all.
Get it if you feel threatened, you can always get one. Yeah, that's a crazy situation. But to stay, I guess, on point, I would say, on the dating app side of it, you get a phone number pretty quickly, build rapport. You can use FaceTime. What I would say though is, this is like a thing nowadays. A lot of girls like to talk on the phone and FaceTime. That's completely fine. There's nothing wrong with it. The thing is, try to meet up in person more than you're really talking on the phone and stuff, because I feel like you can. It's fine. It's fine to talk on the phone. Y'all haven't talked in a minute. Like, boom, it's cool, but yeah, just be mindful of how much you really are, and try to really meet up in person and stuff like that. That's the ultimate goal, and that's kind of what you want realistically. And with cold approaching, I noticed kind of shifted from the dating app. We can always go back.
Yeah.
To the cold approaching, my bad. To the cold approaching side of it, I got emails coming.
Let me ask a question. I got a question real quick for both of you guys. How long and I guess you go first, Steve. But how long have you guys been using dating apps? Let's start with that question. Let's see.
So I'm not using dating apps right now, but I'm not using dating apps right now. But realistically, I started using Tinder probably not too long after it came out. I would say. I think Tinder came out in 2012. I was using Tinder, I think, in 2013-ish, like a little bit after that. So, how about you, man?
Well, Marius did not go.
Oh, they're talking about me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've been using Tinder for, I think, about like 3 years. I recently created a Bumble dating page, maybe I think like last fall. That was kind of new to me. And then I also created a Facebook dating, I think last summer. But I think Tinder's the one that I've had like the most. I also have a profile on Badoo. I've had Badoo now for about
I had
2
Badoo
years.
before.
That's actually, yeah, it's not a bad dating site as well. I've used that a couple of times before. So, but I think Tinder I've had the longest. I've had that since like I would say 2016 maybe or 2017, somewhere in that range.
Really?
Because prior to that, I would do I would like try to meet people in person or something like that, do like cold approaching. But the landscape now has like shifted a lot. Like everything now is becoming online. People are meeting through like these dating apps anymore. And just going back to what Steve said earlier, cold approaching now is like rare. So like when you do it, that's why it's like such a surprise to the other person because they're just not used to it. Everybody's used to meeting online on Tinder and stuff like that. A lot of people use Instagram. Instagram's even though Instagram is considered social media, a lot of people use that as a dating site as well. They post pictures, they promote themselves. They send direct messages, stories showing off their lifestyles and stuff.
all that.
So that's another way as well. So, but yeah, the whole landscape has just changed within like the last decade or so. It definitely wasn't like this, 10, 15 years ago and stuff. So it's different now.
That's actually a great point you brought up, bringing up Instagram like that too, man. Yeah, a lot of people don't really look at it as just kind of a lifestyle thing. There's a lot of people that kind of use it to build their sexual market value, their SMV. So what they do is they use it to kind of market themselves to, if you're a guy, to women, and then women obviously to men, so that they get
Try to cater in some kind of way or
exactly
show what they got there,
build
their sexual value, right, bro? Yeah. And you know what, Steve? Let's stick around with this with IG because it's a good point. Mayor's brought up. It's not just about just the sexual value, or it's just like they want to show it like they're almost like talking about masculine frame, feminine frame, and being up on things, right? Just like trying to show abundance lifestyle. People are doing it, but they're showing off. It's like instead of trying to like sort of like inspire others. Some people are doing, I guess, and explaining how you live, but not so much the show of cloud chasing. People are seems to be vegetated or more like connected to the whole, like it seems like they kind of like think more about the cloud chasing and showing off rather than like just, okay, show off a little bit, show your lifestyle, but show something important, put like the better pictures. Don't come across as like, like you're doing too much on IG. Like, you can see a lot about somebody, how they are, bro, about what they're posting about, the shit, the captions, how they're showing off, how many stories they're putting, or what the stories are about, what their views are. I mean, some people say nobody cares. It's not for nobody to care. I know nobody cares, but if you don't care, then you don't care. Don't say you don't care. Like, oh, nobody cares what you put in the picture. You clearly do because you saw it. You follow me, or if you don't care, just keep scrolling or don't follow. Follow them. People a lot of times they'll engage in the BS. It doesn't need to be there. I mean, like you don't need to argue or look at somebody and hate. If you don't, like I say, if you're hating, then why are you following for? But then again, IG. So we should do a whole episode just on IG in its own. Let's be clear on this. We should do a whole episode just on IG, and that's it. Just like how IG's used, how it's changed. This is a dating one, but IG falls, like Mary said, it falls big into that. I even joked around about it a few months ago. I said that modern day way of flirting and talking to girls is like saying, meet your numbers, like what's your IG? That's the new way of flirting.
Yeah, I feel like an IG is less though than a number realistically because it's less personable. Especially if the woman has I do want to make a note of that. Especially if the woman has a lot of followers. Guess what? You're gonna get lost in a flood of DMs. Realistically, a phone number, in my opinion, is much more personal and it's much more conclusive. Now, I mean, obviously, when you get a phone number, you still have to link up in person. But I'm just saying, I think a phone number is much more telling than an IG. I would say if she does try to offer you the IG, try to push it a little bit. But honestly, obviously, you don't want to be too creepy and too aggressive. But yeah, phone number is kind of what you aim for over IG. And as in regards to haters and stuff like that, obviously that's not really here. But like I always say, just if people are hating on you and talking about you, oh well, it's publicity at the end of the day. They're obviously thinking about you if they got to hate on you. So just ignore them, especially on social media. Like it just is.
Yeah, bro. Listen, man. If people are hating, that means you're doing something right. So just
that's how I say it. Mm-hmm. Or they're trying to get that reaction. It's like you can't let them allow that energy if they know they're gonna get the reaction. But
well, people are doing. Remember, guys, people hate. You have these people called what do you call that? Like online haters. They also even have like fake accounts. They're called bots or something like that. Bots or something like that.
Trolls?
They just bots. Yeah, not trolls, of course, but bots are not really people. They're like fake accounts where it's like what do you call that? Like a phishing malware, spyware, and it's just like that's like. They're spam basically.
That's even less of a reason to get upset. You know what I mean? It's a bot. It's not even a real person. It's those types of things.
No, I'm just saying like they'll just like show up on your videos or like it's like more like spam. But no, people will hate, bro. But a lot of times they're just trolls with fake accounts. Notice how it's so the person hating is a picture of a cat of a like a little skyline or some kind of like a prairie. All right, what are your pictures, big man? Like you're talking about all this, people there are very opinionated online. They disagree with everything. They want to hate on you. They want to talk shit. People that like you say something about on a celebrity's page, get mad at you. They want to DM you afterwards. Like, don't DM me, sucker. You're gonna pay for a ticket. Okay, I'll come to your state. I'll beat the shit out of you, then I'll leave. If that's what you want to do. But you don't want to do that. You just want to.
I wouldn't even do that. I just feel like
the best to do is like to ignore, bro. See those requests, bro. Just reject. Don't even look what he's got to say, bro. Don't even give them an ounce of air to breathe in for them to prove their hate, because that's what they're doing. They're just they're getting their hate ready, bro. People are jealous. They want to say anything to belittle somebody on comments online.
Or like I said, to get a reaction too. That's a lot of times what people are looking for. It. That's the thing, is they got nothing going on, so they're looking for that reaction. Like, okay, can I ruffle this person's feathers? Can I get them bothered? Can I get that reaction out of them? And guess what? If you don't give it to them, they're not going to get it. So I'm like, it's just, you got to keep it plain and simple. It's just like, especially, when you got a lot of things going on, those types of things are just like, that's like, it's like,
Yeah, man. Like if something like that came through, man, I would just delete it. I don't got time for BS like that, dude.
Yeah.
If I saw something weird, like if I saw a spam or something like that, I'm not even going to bother responding to it, dude. I'm just going to delete it. I'm like, I don't got time for this, dude. I got other things I got to do.
We got to adapt, guys.
Exactly.
We cannot let social media piss us off. If you're getting stressed out because of social media, bro, I know sometimes the person, maybe there's arguing with somebody you're cool with and they're talking about you, but you just got to just kind of like push it away and just delete that person or block everything, like you said.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna trek back to the topic a little bit here before I just don't want to get too off topic. So the cold approach inside of it, Marius, you were kind of saying you were saying the same thing. You're like, it's kind of honestly, it makes you stand out in this day and age. And George, I know that you've done it as well. I think we've all done some cold approaching, back in the day. Yeah. I want to share with you guys like a little technique. Something I used to use. It didn't always work, but it worked a good amount of the time because it just plain, it's simple. It comes off as casual, and it's not like too aggressive. So I would say one of the things I would do, corny as hell, but I would just one of the things I would do is just like, say you're down at like when you were in college or in a university, and you just stop like a girl as a guy, and all you say is something like, "Hey, excuse me." Be like, "Hey, look, I'm trying to get some coffee. You know where there's like a Starbucks or like Dunkin' around here?" They'll be like pointing out where it's at, and you go, "All right, honestly, I just stopped you because I thought you were cute." And then you say, "What's your name?" And you extend your hand. The girl will usually, shake her hand, say what her name is, and you say, "Oh, nice to meet you, so and so." So and so, and then boom, and then you just strike up a conversation, whatever she like, something she's wearing, something you're asking her where she got, where are you headed, like blah blah blah. You talk, you chat, whatever the conversation is. If they have an accent, you can say, "Oh, what's that accent?" Whatever.
We can pick something. Yeah.
Everybody's unique, so I mean, you're gonna pull something out of the conversation. It's gonna be unique. I would say, a minute, 2 minutes max. You talk to them. You say, "Hey, look, I'm about to link up with some friends, or I'm about to go to class, or obviously you were joking about the coffee because you just said, I really just."
It was an icebreaker. It was a way to.
I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna link up with some friends real quick, or I gotta head to class. But look, would you like to hang out sometime?" And if she says, "Yeah," plain and simple. "Hey, can I get your phone number?" She might say she has a boyfriend. Hey, it happens. You know what I mean? You'd be like, "Okay," it's like, "Hey, lucky guy." It's like, have a great day. Boom, just keep it pushing. Plain and simple. But that's something that I used to use. It works well. You know what I mean? And it's just casual. It's just if you think the girl's cute and you think she seems like she has a good vibe, just approach and you say, "What's up?" There's nothing wrong with that at all. And it's not super aggressive. It's very genuine. And that's something that has like used to work for me. It didn't work all the time. Sometimes they say they have a boyfriend, they might not have one, they might have one. It's like, but maybe they're just not interested. It's like, hey, but you know what I mean? It's genuine. And I feel like this can work in a lot of settings. Obviously, if you're looking for a coffee shop, you're gonna be outside. If you're in a grocery store, you could say, "Hey, look, do you know where like this aisle is or something?" And you could just like change the subject. I mean, you can flex it to your own way, depending where you're at. But it's something, and I learned it from somebody on YouTube actually, like years and years and years ago, when he was teaching like what was it, cold approaching a pickup game. It's not really a pickup artist move because pickup artist moves are very rehearsed. I really try not to do too much.
You're right.
I didn't try to do too much pickup game and stuff like that. It was more just cold approaching because I'd rather keep it natural and genuine than really go into more of a game with it.
I think genuine is better, bro, because I think it might give you a lot of like edges. Like you'll be more yourself.
Yeah.
True to you are. You're confident with it. Like even if it's a rejection, you're not gonna feel no kind of way. So I think that's the best way to do it. On social media, bro, it's harder. I mean, online because you don't know you just write it to a screen. I mean, unless you're talking on the phone, and even then, you just exchanging messages on a computer, any kind of all these dating sites or social media on your phone. I mean, come on, how much can texting really get you, bro? I want to hear your voice, and I want to talk to you. Sometimes girls are stingy with it. They don't even call you. You can't even hear the voice. You gotta tell them, "Yo,
guys,
this on the phone. What's up?"
This is a hidden thing. Even if you don't FaceTime yet, if you got an iPhone and the other person got iPhone, audio messages. Try not to go too long with them, but audio messages can allow the person to hear your voice, which can be good.
It builds more connection.
I notice with women a lot of times they're more hesitant. Like at least like when I first like had iPhone and stuff, like they were more hesitant to kind of like drop their audio. You know what I mean, like and stuff like that. But as a guy, you can literally drop an audio message. It's something that you can use to your disposal today. Another thing is, like I said with iPhone, is you could FaceTime somebody. Not only to see if they are who they are on the dating app, but also to make the girl comfortable. Number two, and number three, to also assess the vibe of the person. Guys and girls. I'm saying if you're a girl, you can see what the guy's vibe is, and guys, if you can see what the girl's vibe is. And if it's somebody you feel like you want to continue with and to meet up with in person, cool. If you don't feel like you don't want to fuck with them, cool. I mean, at least you got the vibe up front, so you don't got to go out with them, right? You don't got to go out in person with them, which is cool. But I notice a lot of people, not everybody wants to FaceTime first. So sometimes you're just taking a kind of shot in the dark. Maybe they're just not comfortable. Or just doesn't happen. Maybe you just don't ask, or they don't ask, and it just you meet up, whatever the case may be. But there's so many things you guys can use to your disposal today.
Yeah, I used FaceTime a few weeks ago when I met somebody on Facebook dating. We talked for a little bit on Facebook dating. Got to know each other a little bit. I asked her for a number, she gave it to me, and then a few days later, we texted back and forth, and then we did FaceTime for a few. I think we did FaceTime a couple of times. Got to feel the vibe a little bit. I got to see her, she got to see me. So, that right there eliminated the catfish aspect out of it. And then gradually, we said about, meeting up and things like that. So yeah, FaceTime can definitely be used to, your advantage and things like that. But obviously you have to set the tone first, make her feel comfortable, and then proceed from there.
Yeah, it's very important. I think you're
very
right.
Valuable. Very valuable advice, man. So you're fresh right out of it, man. So bam, that's a perfect example, dude.
Yeah.
Seems like you handled that very well. Seems like you handled that very well, man.
I mean, I used to use WhatsApp a lot back in the day when I didn't have an iPhone. WhatsApp was actually a pretty nice app. If you don't have an iPhone, I would recommend you download that app.
You can still use it on. You can download it on iPhone. I mean, I have WhatsApp.
No, you can't. But FaceTime is easier for iPhone, especially if the other person has an iPhone. Then you don't even need to use WhatsApp. You can just use FaceTime. I'm just saying, like, if you have an iPhone but the other person has an Android, obviously because they have an Android, they can't use FaceTime because it's not on an Android. Android is a different operating system. So in that situation, you can use Skype, WhatsApp. I think Messenger has an audio feature or a video feature.
Yeah,
so you can just go forward from there. FaceTime is just so easy. So.
Guys, something that's funny on Tinder, when I was kind of looking over because I had to like re-download, right? And I was looking on it now. Tinder has even there's always updates, and I know apps always have updates. Like Snapchat back in the day used to be able to see the best friends feature. Got a lot of people in trouble because a lot of people were probably cheating, so they could see who was snapping them the most. Got a lot of people in trouble. Snapchat shut it down. So now Tinder now has a thing where you can apparently video chat right from the app. If you actually look, there's a video camera up in the top. Yeah, you can request a video chat the person up top. Snapchat? They have to agree to it. I know on Tinder, right on the app. You don't even have to get the number, so you can video chat right off of it.
Interesting stuff.
So it's actually interesting. It's very interesting.
I didn't notice that. Is that do you have to have a subscription for that, or is that available even for the ones that don't?
I believe it's free. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't notice that. I have to definitely check it out. Yeah,
I believe it's completely free of charge. Yeah. I think it's just an update that they did since it was last up. So it's interesting to see kind of how things have how the landscape has definitely changed, even on the apps. Now it's even you can request a video chat somebody, right from the app, which is good. I'm not sure if if the person is catfishing, guess what, they're not going to probably want to, but it helps you weed people out early on. You can kind of tell if somebody's suspect, and I definitely kind of, I'm not just saying I know for guys, but definitely for women out there, be very weary because you never know who you're linking up with. But I also say men know too, because guess what? You can be linking up with a dude who I'll tell you what, this should be pretty obvious, but first date things, if somebody invites you to their place right away, be weary.
Yeah, you never know.
Try to come over your spot right away, and I know that you're damn, I'm gonna get some ass right away. But you gotta be weary because you never know what you're walking into.
Yeah, you don't know what you're going on, bro. It might get set up.
Just tell them, I have no problem going to your place, but link up at a spot near their place first, grab a drink somewhere, and then go to their spot. Because I'm telling you right now, if you walk into someone's house, you could be a dude, and there could be, if you've never ever video chat this person, and you link up, it could be a freaking dude with 4 other dudes waiting for you to rob you, or even if it is a girl, you could meet up, and there could be 4 dudes waiting in the place for you to jump you and rob you.
You never know that. You never know. They gotta be very weary.
Yeah, there was actually. I remember that there was I was actually watching a Nightline on ABC the one time. Yeah, that actually happened in Brooklyn. This guy, he met this girl on Tinder, and she told went over there. She had 4 dudes They jumped the guy, they robbed him, and then they like beat him up, they tortured him. But like luckily, like he escaped. I don't know how. And he contacted the police, and like they're all in jail now. But yeah, I mean, you just never know, man. I mean, for me, like I would prefer to like go out for a drink on the first time, and then if it escalates further from that, that's fine. But yeah, that's a little suspect to just meet them at their spot because, like you
Yeah,
said,
right
Steve,
away,
you could
man.
walk
It's
into a
too soon.
robbery. I mean, you just never know because the thing is, you just never know who's on the other side of the screen because it's not like you're seeing them in person. Everything is done digitally. So if you don't
Yeah,
FaceTime
yeah,
with them, if you don't see them through the camera, how do you know you're not walking into a trap?
right. You're. It's a great point, and I
It's happened. It's happened.
somebody I knew actually. I'm not gonna lie. He used to meet girls at hotels, and he had asked me. He's like, "Yo, do you think this is suspect?" Here's a difference though between meeting somebody at a hotel for the first time. You never met them. You know what it is. They're just trying to hook up. They're just trying to, have sex, and that's it. I mean, this is casual. It is what it is. They're trying to get a hotel, but a hotel, at least it depends. If as long as you're at a decent hotel, you feel comfortable somewhat meeting that person because there's other people. You have to sign in their front desk. There's a whole thing. If you just go to someone's spot, you don't know who's waiting for you there. Like you have no clue. Like it's like
the back door, waiting with a gun to start spraying.
at least the
you,
hotel
get
is
into the car.
the hotel is still in public, so it's like you
Yeah,
still have to meet in public at the hotel. Like if
it's
you,
different hotel, but it's
I don't
definitely
judge
different.
people what they do. People meet at hotels, whatever it is. But my whole thing is, go into someone's spots. Just be careful. Just be careful. You can do whatever
Yeah,
you
be
want. But
aware.
be careful.
Be aware. Be aware. Just kind of
Yeah,
use judgment, bro. Like you have to kind of just, like I said, you're saying, just try to think about it. Like you talk to her, you ask the question, she said, okay, this and that. Like she gives you half answers. She'll tell you I live here, and you look at it, and sometimes a girl might say I live here, but it's a little farther. You know, kind of do some research. You mean, do not meet the very first time you barely met her, and then the next day she's come through. Half the time it's a catfish or a fake account. They probably want some Bitcoin information, which happens a lot these days.
Or you better show up strapped.
you better show up strapped.
Strapped in all ways. You better have a. I usually bring me personally when I go in the hood to meet up a girl, bro. I bring a banana clip, bro. I bring a long ass jumper just in case, bro. I mean, that's me, bro. If I'm West Philly or Philly, bro, I'm bringing a big ass jumper. I'm looking around. I got a knife in my pocket. I mean, I'm shooting everybody, bro, including the date, because that bitch set me up.
What you said you got? You said you got the banana clip.
Yeah, I bring that shit, bro. As a matter of fact, I met up with a girl down here about 3 years ago. I went on a date, and she's like, come over to my crib. And I knew her a little, but I don't really talk to her like that. I never trusted the neighborhood, so I would prepare it. I called my homie afterwards, like, yo, bro, I'm gonna be around. I'm gonna meet some chick. Afterwards, I'm gonna call you. He's like, yeah, come through. He's like, yo, G, where you at? Come through. He said, we'll go, he said something about we'll go out there, like, by, like, like, we call it, like, there's, like, the Wisconsin Creek, Wisconsin Creek. There's up there, there's a street takes you around there. He's like, afterwards, we went by the, the parking lot areas and went to, like, Upper Darby afterwards, like who's out there. But I met up with that girl, and then I think I met up with him like later, and I was like, I don't know, Sam, man. I told him, I was like, I didn't trust the area. I feel like that girl's probably a little crazy. He's like, oh yeah, just in case, it's cool. You can always call somebody because then they will know he's the last person he called. Oh, you went to meet up with a girl down there. Something happened to him, but he called his friend who lives like 3 miles down the street. So just in case, you got to be smart, bro. I didn't trust the shit. I have my shit in case, bro. Some of the girls I meet online are not always trustworthy, and even though I knew this girl a little, but I only knew her for a little bit, and then it'd been like few months and she hit me up randomly. Yo, speed. I was like, all right, cool. Well, nothing happened, but you can never be too safe, bro. I just in case, man. I bring, bring a spray can or whatever, bring a gun on you, bring your shit, bro. Bring your strap, man. Fuck that. You live in Philly. You don't live in
you mean like pepper spray, right?
Yeah, spray my fucking
pepper spray. Okay, I thought you said spray paint. I'm like, what the hell?
Spray paint won't do much, but unless spray paint something on the corner. But yeah, no, not the kind of spray, bro.
Good,
I bring that for other reasons.
Yeah, I'm alright. That's the first time I heard a banana clip, though, man. Damn.
Like, you gotta have fucking, you gotta have long bullets, but just in case, bro.
Yeah,
dudes are not playing around, bro. Dudes are ambushing dudes. They're shooting it out, bro. Especially in them neighborhoods. So I was like, where I'm at, bro, I gotta be safe sometimes. That's why I keep.
Yeah, but that's crazy though, man. Because like I look at dating as like a fun experience, like something
right to think about scary shit like that, bro.
And it is. You just gotta be weird, Just keep it in the back of your mind.
You gotta have your eyes open, like Steve said. Be weird, but you cannot be too. Yo, I'm going to date, guys. Hey guys, yo, I'm going to the date. Nah, you don't know.
That's why when I go out, I can get a nice buzz and have a good time.
Here's the thing: I never get trashed though. And there's a reason for it. I need to be aware of my surroundings at all times, not just for me, but also if I'm out with if I'm ever out, if I'm out with a female, you need to be aware. You need to be aware as the man, like, of what's going on around you, because guess what? Like it's crazy out here today. It's just
Yeah,
it really is.
especially if you guys are meeting up at a spot that you've never like been to before, you're not familiar with the area. You even have to be even more vigilant.
That's even harder.
Exactly.
To be honest, that's even harder.
Yeah, you need to. It's a whole thing. So I would say like first. So let's talk like first date. So first date, say you get the phone number. Say whether it's in person, and you go out for a first date. Kind of like body language and how you act. George, I'll let you kind of start this one, man. Like, what are your tips for like first date confidence? How to like females, women, you can comment your perspectives down below, but guys also comment your perspective. But George, like, what would you say, like body language wise, like how do you carry yourself, like would you say as a man, like say you're going on like a first date, and like how would you want to kind of carry yourself as a man on a first date?
Good question. Good question. I think it's actually one of the most important things, because a lot of times the first date will set off a tone. She can talk to you and hear from you and hear, like you said, the right things, but you can't really cheat it or fake it when you're there in person. So I think it's very important to have have like a maintain frame a certain way, like maintain the masculine frame. Don't be too whatever you call it, too manly. Okay, we'll throw the word again, toxic masculinity, blah blah blah, a bunch of horseshit. But what you want to do is, again, be cool, man. Be yourself. Be calm and collected. Be as smooth as you can. Be nice to the girl you're taking out. I mean, so yeah, you can open doors and all that good stuff. Show her, a good time a little bit. Make sure that she's having fun. And always the most important thing you do is you want to have, at the end of the date, you always need the room open possibility for the follow-up date, because you're not really realistically going to get a lot done the first date. I know guys out there, they want to sleep with the girl, they like what they like, but you got to work for it too, little. I mean, and a date is just that, bro. It's just not that you're gonna get laid after the first date, but she'll see more about you. So I think like your mannerism, how you move, how you talk a little bit, what you talk about, avoid some conversations. I mean, I've seen dates by you saying some wrong things or being too real or telling her too much about you be ruined. I mean, you say something can turn her off, and she looks at you like, well, she does this, and she turns around, she's mad at you, bro. You better save that date. It happened to me actually recently. I went on a date like not long ago, and the girl got mad at me for something, but I played it smooth though. I straight up told her, I said, I'm not from the culture that opens up doors. She got mad. I didn't open the door. I said, I don't open doors. I don't hold doors and all that. I do it, I said, but only to an extent. I'm not opening the door everything we're doing. And if that's the case, and I want to switch around, to my advantage. So all right, I'm opening the doors for that. But I mean, I'm doing all this for that. I even gave you a gift. What do I get in return? What's in it for me? Sorry, guys. I'm the type of guy that says what's in it for me. Simple as that, man. Guys, girls out there, don't get offended. It's just I am. I don't play the game. I'm not Mr. Too Nice Guy. However, you should definitely show your true side and be as cool as you can to the person. Whether you're a guy dating a girl dating the guy, whatever your preferences are and all that. Just again, it's not that hard, guys or girls. Be yourself. Try not to really be nervous. Smile a little bit, whatever. Yeah, you can hold the door for her and be nice and talk with a certain level of confidence. Because here's the thing, bro. You having charisma and certain type of mannerism, and again holding frame and being kind of like charming a little bit, like speaking slow and looking in her eyes and smiling, can break the hand barrier by you to touch her hand a little bit on dates. When you smile and she does this to you, she touches a little bit. She's feeling up you, touching on you, bro. You can do the same thing. She's got to be very, a little touch on the shoulder, a little touch on her hand. Girls like you touch her hand, like they think it's kind of romantic. So you just got to know how to play the angles. It's all about playing an angle, guys. That's all it is, man. And again, and if a girl does, and we can get this in too, because I mean, since it happened to me, I can share it to you. And guess what? I did it. I told her, shut up, you should test me. I said, wait, you should test me. She's like, oh, I'm not shit testing you. I said, sure you are. I said, she's like, no. She's like, you just, I said, now I was like, I said, I fucked up. I said, but I may have to, admit it. I didn't say it. See, it's the thing. They want you to, oh, I'm so sorry. You do this to them. You go like this. You already lost. It's over. Because now you're simping. Now you're saying you're trying to cover up, or you're scared because you made a small mistake. Okay, you move on. I moved on. I held frame, bro. The old me might have fucked up worse. I might have been like, I'm so sorry being up on her.
That's the key, holding frame.
I held back, bro. Yep. And I straight told her, I said, I'm gonna be honest with you, yo. I'm gonna be very honest. I don't give a fuck if you don't call me for another date. Not that I didn't even care about the date. I set it up. It was just I was bored. I was let's go on a date. I said, I don't come from a culture that hold doors. I don't hold doors for girls like that. I'll hold it for girls. I hold the Waba door. I hold the restaurant door. I hold the theater door. I'm not gonna just keep opening the door for you. I just don't do that. I mean, I'm gonna be very honest. Eventually, but I know that user is. I know that is, and she's talking about me.
Late to the first date.
Yeah, it's about me. It's all about me.
Remember, that's a good point, though.
Nah, it's not. It's another
one. Okay, I thought it was somebody else because somebody's supposed to be coming in and knows me. So
nah, it's not the end.
Hey, we went on a date before. Anyway, so So I mean, when it comes down to, man, just don't take nothing personal. Just do your best. Because think about this guy. This is for the fellas there, or the girls too, but most of the guys, because we're talking about from a guy's perspective. If you don't feel like the first date didn't go that well, but you know in your heart you did nothing wrong, you did it. It was meant to be. It's like a wake up call. I mean, don't let people out there, use you for first dates and all that. But at the same time, don't use nobody and be very, show them a good time. When you show them your side and you show like you're not too invested, but you care about that person. You show some kind of interest, but you want to do something. It works out better. It's the same thing. Think about this, guys. You call a girl and she says, "Yeah, how you doing? I'm good." Yeah, good. She give you answers, but never a question from her end. And then she'll be like, "I kind of gotta go now." They didn't want to talk to you on the phone in the first place. It was a waste of time. If you call for 5 minutes, 2 minutes, if you said hit her up and she should be like, "Yo, I was just trying to check in on you," and she's gonna say thank you. Come on now, something's not right.
Yeah,
it means that she's very low interest. That she means that, and it can also mean that although she doesn't see that, she does not see you as a guy that she has no interest in at all, or a scrub, she might have a little interest, but she just has no interest in Dana. That she's okay. She's whoever comes away and she sees first, whoever could do it more for her. Maybe she wait for the guy with a better car. Some girls will have interest initially, they won't have after that. It depends. And it's not always something you did. It's just how things went, or sometimes they also show their true colors. So be very careful who you're taking on dates. I always find this way. I pick and choose, in these days. I don't really, I can't just go on anybody to date a girl. Some girls don't want dates. They just want to sleep with you. The real talk. Some girls don't feel you about, feel you out. It's important to feel a girl out, or a guy if you're a girl. But because a lot of times the girls will feel the guys out, and a lot of girls can sniff it out too. If the guy's a fake ass dude, the dude wants to get laid, or he's just being a weirdo, he's a bozo, they'll see that. Also, girls lose interest quickly. I mean, if you go to the same place, you're doing a day that she's not really enjoying it, you got to show her a good time, take her somewhere cool, And the second date should also be, the first date sets the tone for a second date. Do something cool on the first date. Second date, you just take them somewhere different and you show them around a little bit, maybe a side you haven't seen. You can also make more of a move on the second date or third date. First date's always like a feel-out process. It's pretty nice.
I wanted to say to your thing about holding frame. See, when a woman did something like that, like it's good that you do hold frame. You don't get emotional. What you say is like what I would say is like in that scenario, she gets pissed off about the door thing. You kind of do it playfully, but you kind of make a little bit of a joke. You gotta hold frame. You gotta stay confident in yourself as well. You know what I mean?
Her whole face changed, bro. I think not to too smile on her around do that. I will tap myself in the back though. I think that I handled it good because she just wanted to really shit test me, and I thought the day was over. I was like, "Oh, I fucked up." I said, "Here we go." I fucked up in the past, but I never had like a terrible date. And at least they won't say it's a bad date there. They're like, "You're cool," and take them home. They'll text you. They'll be like, "Oh, it was terrible." And they feel some kind of way, they will text you. So
yeah,
I don't text. I'm not on some whole ass shit. If I feel mad at the girl, I might say something to her. I'm not gonna text on something like, "Oh, this and that." I'm actually disappointed. All right, cool. You learned your lesson. You said to yourself, "Listen, you dumb motherfucker. You learned your lesson. She ain't the one for you. Avoid the Amber Heards of the world. Avoid the Jada Pinkett's of the world."
Wait, you called yourself dumb motherfucker?
Yeah, why the fuck not? Don't be a sucker, bro. I'm seeing my homies do simple mistakes, and they're older than me. And I'm like, geez, why would you comment on a girl who's pretty much a proud hoe, and you trying to like get points by her writing on her fucking IG flowers and a queen crown? She don't deserve the queen crown. I see my man do that, man. I called him right away. I stopped what I was doing. I was rolling up a blunt. I was doing some computer work for my job. With one hand, I was rolling a blunt in my room. I stopped everything. I called him. I was like, "Yo, nigga." He's like, "What's up?" I was like, "What's up with the shoes, bro, man? You serious doing that?" He's like, "Oh, this and that." I was like, "Come on, bro." I was like, "You said it yourself, man.
You're like, I peeped it.
That.
You're like, I peeped it.
I peeped it. Yeah, I screenshot it. I sent to him, and then he sent me a story about this chick, and I was like, she works in my spot, and I was like, can't trust girls like that, bro. She got another guy waiting there, ready. You're not the only guy for her. And matter of fact, you're not even a guy. You're just a guy. You're not even a guy she might consider. Just a guy that she might call Poppy. She throws the word around like it's nothing. He's like, "Yeah, you right." And I was like, "Yeah, but like, it's okay to like pictures. Even that's a lot. I mean, I like Cosman these days. You can't just like a picture. Nah." And he's like, "In pictures, you're writing comments, man." I was like, "Ah, come on, dog." So you're a fucking legend here, and you're writing comments. He's like, he looked at me like, like I was crazy, but I could tell that he knew what I was talking about. Just that, like, he knew he kind of like fucked up a little. But here's the thing: guys that are older don't want to hear that. The older guys, they're like come from my world, and even maybe you guys' world a little bit. They're too stuck on that thing, bro. Like being nice to these girls, calling queens. You can call her a queen. Call her a queen when you already got a number, and you actually taking it. She's actually giving you a lot of validation, a lot of she's valuing you as a man. She gives you validation, number two, and she understands where you're coming from and gives you the time back. If you just validating her on a pedestal, but you gave really little return, what are you doing? You're wasting your energy. So yeah, no. I've seen myself do silly mistakes, and I know it's hard, guys. I mean, I'm talking all this shit here, and I make mistakes too. Trust me, it's hard.
We all
sometimes because they look good, and the power of her looks can really, I don't want to use the wrong words because I don't know, I don't want to get this episode shut down, but the power of the looks. Let's put it that way. There's even a song about that too.
Yeah, exactly. No red pill, unfortunately, on this channel.
Yeah, no. Well, no, I beg to differ. Definitely red pill. We're just not going to,
but not to like the
like
extent,
that.
you know what I mean? Not into the in-depth side of it.
To the in-depth side. Now we just want to be very light. I don't consider this necessarily. I mean, it is red pill, but I'm not coming from a red pill mentality. I'm coming from a guy. Let's put it this way. I'm like a rainbow and shit like that, but I got a little red somewhere in there. I have my some blue, more red than blue, some purple. We're not doing this,
you're on
red pill. No, fuck that. We're talking about red pill right now. If people don't like it, they don't have to listen to it.
You're on point with these analogies tonight.
I'm an on point type of guy. I'm gonna say, bro. I'm a guy that's like to be on
Yo,
point.
Steve,
Like,
we're getting a banana clip after this, bro. We're getting a banana clip.
But you know what they say, Marius? If you want to set the ship, you gotta set the ships where the waters are deep. So
Yeah, that's a good one.
Now, let me ask you guys a question real quick. Now, let's talk about dates. Maybe kind of gone wrong a little. And yeah, he's like this. Yep, like Mo.
Let's go.
Shout out to Mo. But let me ask you guys a question. We can start with I guess we'll start with you, Steven, Marius. I mean, both you guys, are actually extremely what do you call it? Experienced with dates. Seems like you motherfuckers go on dates every other day. So let's talk about it a little bit. But what are some things you notice, like some pet peeves of girls and dates? Let's talk about let's look for the ladies. This is all for the ladies now. Shout out to all the ladies in the world. Let's talk about some of the pet peeves they do, and how can guys like us, but even guys that don't have a lot of experience, to fuck up instead of like getting messed up and then being pissed because she blocked you, be like, oh, girls ain't shit. Fuck all that. Let's help the guys. I said the brothers out and the ladies, because if you have the guys will do better things and they won't make dumb mistakes, and they will understand that some girls might be wrong, some are not wrong. So they won't do dumb things to piss off girls on dates. Because I pissed off girls on dates, but I've changed. I've definitely I've been able to rescue everything. Sometimes all it takes is a text and be like, listen, I fucked up. Yeah, I do like you. I didn't realize that made you mad. She's like, yeah, I told you that. I know you told me that, but I'm a forgetful guy, and I'm trying to remember. And guess what, by the way, guys? It's one simple thing, like you remembering your birthday. Oh, you remember, and they look at you like this. They make that face. I'm telling you, it's all body language and facial expressions, bro. And when they make the face, oh, you remember, and they get really happy. The only way I saved this date about a week ago, I told you, Steve. I don't know if I told you, Marius, because I gave her a gift and I did something. I showed her something she never seen before. Let's put it that way. It's a little secret, but I showed her something she never seen before. She was impressed, and it all went away. And I told her, I let her cool down, and I would say nothing. You know the awkward silence, guys. It was awkward silence. I'm driving. I'm like, I touched her leg. I touched her thigh. Like, come on, so you mad at me? And then she looked at me like, and I was like, and I was asking her a question, and she was answer. See, I played it cool. If I asked her 2 questions, she didn't answer, I'd have been like, yo, I'm asking you a fucking question here. Can you fucking answer me? Like, it's my card in the day. You mad at me or whatever, but I'll drop your ass on right now. Don't fucking give me the attitude. But she was cool about it. She was pissed. I let her be pissed. I held back. Now, I'm just saying, in case you would have been really a bitch like that, I don't play that shit at all. The old me would have been like a sucker thing. I'm not a sucker. Be like, oh, yeah, you want to do that? All right, girl. I'm going to take some more nights. Oh, we're going. Looks like home. You're getting dropped off home. Bye. Simple as that. We don't got time for it. It's 2021, 2022. We got to be, smart about things, guys. We got to be very, hold frame. Even if she pisses you off, you just know that just an X. Put an X on her picture, wherever you're facing it, and move to the next one. Devil emoji, a face. She's a demigod, like I say, a demigod. But yeah, I was able to save the situation because I talked to her and I told her, look, I told her my bad. And I told her, shut up. I was like, you definitely should test this because that was a shit test. Because I was like, I held door for you 9 times out of 10. I forget to hold door one time. You get mad at me like that, but I forgot. So I was like,
where did you guys go? Like, you guys went out in the city, or did you guys go out for a drink?
Places, bro. We went to I took her by we drove around by like where Holy Family's there by 3 Monkeys, but just kind of took a spin because she lives not far from. She actually lives kind of near like you for real, like kind of like in the area up there by like by the airport, kind of like up that way. So picked her up. We chilled.
Oh, I'm still in by Academy.
By Academy, exactly. I actually have a good friend of mine who lives not too far from her, ironically, and this guy's connected to some UFC fighters, and me and him sometimes I'll go over, we'll chill, talk about fighting, and he's also like big on Red Pill content, so we'll talk about Red Pill and have conversations. A good friend of mine, his name is Eric, but anyway, so I picked her up. We went by the like 3 Monkeys in that area by Holy Family, took a little spin or whatever, got some gas. I had some special pre-rolled J's, really good quality from my man Will, aka Jewish Sauce. That's the guy. He has some of the best weed ever. We went to a Benny the Bums, had a drink or two. I got him 2 drinks. I got a beer, whatever. There were some guys there. He's being very loud. Oh, yeah. Hold on. I got to mention this is very important, extremely important about my date. Boy. So I'm chilling with her, right? It was really obnoxious guy. I think he was like Italian, Rican, or something, because he said he's Puerto Rican or something like that, hanging in a corner, and he's really, really loud. And I see her around. There's him and his girl. he looked like he got like some kind of trailer trash, white trash bitch. I'm gonna be honest. She looked really trash, like whoa. And he's talking very loud. And I asked the girl, I was like, yo, are you okay? Because he'd be really loud. She's like, no, we're okay. To our left is this gentleman just talking, whatever. And he kind of looked at me. I wanted this to him. How you doing, sir? He saw me, whatever, with her, we're chilling, drinking. And then the guy and him were talking. But I mean, I'm here. The guy is here. The other guy's next to us. The guy's all the way on the other side of Benny the Bumps because the bar's like this, kind of curvy there, right? And then they got the restaurant on the backside and the bathroom's in the corner. So he's yelling, and the girl whispered to me like he's so loud. Why doesn't he just kind of get close to us? If you stop this boy or come on the other side. I'm like, sure. I said. I was like, we'll be out of here soon. I just kind of drink. I said, we'll go to another spot. I said, because we didn't get no food because they got food there, but she didn't want to eat. I asked her, you want something to eat? She's like, no, I'm cool. Like, all right. I did my part, right? I asked her, cool. I didn't want because I already ate, so I didn't want to eat. We're talking. Something about the guy. I go to the bathroom, come back, right? The guy was like, he said something like the guy to the right, the younger guy. He asked the guy here, like, something about, yeah, my girl knows what I do. I'm all good. He's like, something about marriage. He's like, yeah, and he's like, you guys married? Ask me that. As he asked me, and I'm like, nah. And then I was looking down, but I was counting my money. He said, yo, smart man. He looked down, and as soon as I asked him, are you married? And he said, no. He looked down. How about me? I was like, it's not what look down, but all right. And now I was kind of laughing. And he really asked me the question, are you guys married? About me, that girl. I'm like, dog, we're on a date. But I didn't want to say all that because you don't got to explain nothing to somebody you don't know. I was like, nah, so we're not married. I was like, nah, I just kept it cool and I looked down. I was like, and then he's like, smart man. He looked down. He said about me. I was like, I'm counting my money. So as he said that, I looked at the girl. She looked at me. All right, cool. Because I'm making sure that, like, by what I answered, that she didn't feel some kind of offended. I mean, not that she would get offended, but you know how it is. Like, if I told them to, like, no, she's just a girl that I know, she might feel some kind of way then. And why the fuck does to answer the guy I don't know there? A guy's being a drunk and yet being very obnoxious. I started telling them no. I looked down, do my count my money, look back up. He's like, yo, you okay? He looked down. He started cracking up. He's like, he's a smart man. In other words, he's saying that marriage is the wrong thing. I think that's what he's trying. This is vibe was that. But you with the girl there, his wife or whatever. Because you saying that my wife goes with me everywhere. They're talking about if wives are jealous or not. And then he asked me if I was married. I'm like, not really. Go to the bathroom, come back out. And then as I come back out, she's like, she don't want to stay anymore. She's like, yeah, I kind of want to leave. I was like, why? You okay? She's like, nah, the energy, the guy's being too loud. I was like, yeah, you're right. I said, finish my beer, bro, pay my bill, pay the tab, boop, boop, boop. I left, and then after we left, we went somewhere like this little romantic place, like a little field that I know. It's like a little it's like a park field. Talked a little bit there, and after that, I just took her home. Well, we smoked a little bit because I had a nice little pre-rolly. That was it. Simple date, bro. I was actually early, so no, I wasn't late this date. And I've been late before, but I wasn't, I got better with being early on dates, man. I mean, I've been late in the past, but it's very important to be early in dates. So that is very true, especially for the first date. Because the first date, it's like it shows a lot. Sometimes I hate to be like cliche with it or like what do you call it?
Especially as the man on a first date, you shouldn't be late.
You shouldn't be late, and girls don't like that. It doesn't show a lot of attention. It shows like you don't really want to be there, kind of thing. So be early. Now, if you're gonna be late, or you are running late, at least let her know I'm running a little late because it shows that you don't be like time. It's all about time. It's like you gotta be very with girls. They like to be very on point of things, and then go because it's at the time. Because I mean, realistically, why would you want to be late? It's the only time you might have with this girl. You gotta play your cards right and not waste them. If you've been waiting for a while to go and date with her, don't waste it by being late, by complaining, by saying, "Oh, I don't know about this place," by letting small things in a way. Look at me, bro. She got a little mad at me. I handled it. By the time we left, she was like feeling me. She was loving me because I asked. I was like, we parked up, we're smoking. My back was starting. My back hurts. I said, I can't start. What's up? Can you give me a back rub? She got her hands, bro. She started right back rubbing me. And I was like, this one on the wheel. I was like, all right, yeah, back rubbing. I was like, yep. I said, Daddy's the back rub. I was like, right here. It hurts. I felt better after that, But to be fair, she's also a grown woman. She ain't like a little ass girl was like, oh, I don't know, or yeah, and I can't do that. If you ask her for a small back rub, I mean, that's the only thing I asked her for a small back. I can't even give me that. I mean, maybe we should do a second date if that's the case, But yeah, cool.
Damn. So that's the key to your second date. You're like, yo, you need to give me a massage, and we're not getting a second date.
What? No, Steve, I'm the one that does massages, though. I'm the one that always gives them a massage. Every single one of them.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm good at that. And I'll give this girl a massage plenty of times, because we've been a date before. It was my first date with her. But
George has that massage oil in his car, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah. I don't know, but just, I just need her to dig in my back and put that elbow right here, just like really massage me, because I work with massage therapist now. So, I mean, I dated a massage therapist, so of course I know a little bit. But
I was like George the masseuse. George the masseuse.
Yeah, masseuse girls are freaky. Oh yes, they are. They are freaky. They know what they're doing. Yeah. They're cool. I mean, most masseuse girls are pretty cool. They're very open. Think of a masseuse girl like an artist. Like a girl that has pottery, or a girl like use her hands. They know the art of the human body, the pressure points. They could just massage your back good. Yeah. Sometimes you need a massage, bro. I mean, your back hurts. I mean, all the stress of the day is all in here on your back. So all that stress, man, I needed a little massage.
Yeah, I would say somebody had asked me, speaking of being late on dates, because I know a lot of times it's usually women, like, not trying to be stereotypical, but a lot of times women are the ones who are late on first dates. It's usually not like a man should, I feel like always be on time. But somebody had asked me if you're late, or if a woman's late on a first date, what do you do? It's like, well, it depends on how long. And if they were like, what if like a half hour or longer? And I was like, well, what did AMS? Mario, I told you this saying: if you're grabbing a drink with someone, it's like you just keep it simple. You don't get pissed off. You also have to make sure that it's not unnoticed. So you just have to keep it simple. You'd be like, when she goes, "Oh, I'm sorry for being late," it's like, oh, well, first round's on you. Plain and simple.
Yep.
Like, I think that's actually a great tip.
Or
Because guess what? You keep the vibe cool. Now, if
Yeah.
she's like over a half hour, she's like close to an hour, yeah, then I would
Cut
give
it
you
short, bro. Cut the
I
day
would
short
give you
too, bro.
I would give you full permission to finish your drink and bounce if you're waiting by the bar. Like, if she doesn't explain it to you anyway, like if she doesn't call or explain anything to you, you got full permission to bounce, my friend. Like, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. At all, unless she's like completely like calling you and like apologizing. But then it's simple. When she gets there, it's like first round's on you. Keep it real simple, keep it playful, and keep it chill. You can't show too much emotion and get pissed off at things and act. It is it's fine to call out, but it's also you got to do it in like a confident way where you're not like getting like how do they say it, like very very beta male, where you get very very angry and upset and you're
you're
like
getting
screaming.
invested, you're getting emotional and pissed off because she was doing a date. You're not worse than a date. They've used guys for dates. I mean, just
And
lesson learned. You just gotta be
and guys, I'm not saying to be fake, like be fake and be like, oh, I'm gonna hold back on my emotions. Honestly, if you're confident in yourself, there's no need for you to get pissed off and upset at somebody, because look, dating is an experience. It's an opportunity. You need to understand, men and women, that your life should be your life, and at the end of the day, dating and finding somebody is the icing on the cake. The cake is your life, but the icing on the cake is finding somebody to share that life with. So at the end of the day, you're getting an experience with somebody. You're getting an experience with somebody. So you just got to think of it as like, hey, I'm going about my day. I'm meeting somebody new. Plain and simple. You should never get upset or highly invested in someone who you're just meeting. It's plain and simple. If you have a life that you're proud of and you're confident in yourself, you should be fine. It shouldn't.
Yeah,
be
don't
hard
let
to get
that. Again, guys, we're here. Like I said earlier, man, we're doing this for.
Value yourself.
I mean, the ladies and the fellas and ladies and gentlemen, and all that. So it's like we're not here to necessarily bash anybody, or even because all three of us, it's safe to say, are smart enough to understand that it's a couple bad apples that can ruin for everybody. It could be 300, but I mean, one bad apple can spoil for. Imagine 300 or 500 bad apples. You know what I'm saying? So we're in an age where a lot of toxicity has reached the dating scene, and people are not communicating. Guys are being, because it's too comfortable. I mean, again, they've seen girls on IG. They feel like they don't gotta be upfront about things. They don't gotta communicate. And girls too. What do you think girls don't sometimes reply back? They just like, even if you just like, hey, no girl will be like, yeah, hey, how you doing? I'm not interested in you, but don't hit me up.
Funny
because
example.
it's easy to leave them red. That's why.
Funny example, man. I was in the gym like a week or two ago, and I saw this dude, and he was talking to like 3 or 4 other dudes. And man, I had my headphones in, and I'm lifting, and I'm like, I think I'm like doing biceps or something, and I can hear these dudes like over the freaking sound of my headphones, how way they're yelling throughout the freaking gym. They're yelling and talking about women, and the dude's like, yeah, I was like, F that bitch, blah 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 blah. He's like, yeah, like, I don't care. I told her she gonna have to do effing this and effing that, and screaming and yelling, and like,
Jesus.
yeah, man, I told her I was the man, and blah 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 blah. I'm like, dude, like, you're walking around the gym screaming this shit. Like, you literally like reek of insecurity. Like, are you kidding me? Like
Those
you're in the
dudes are going
gym
nowhere.
yelling this shit. Like, that's what I'm saying. And like, that's not the way you treat it. You could tell like these dudes got burnt by like women, and like they sitting there like getting all much. Like, everybody's been burnt by somebody, whether you're a man or a woman. You've probably been burnt. So here's the thing. Like, my whole thing is like channel it as an experience. Like, yeah, your emotions are going to be raw when it first happens. You got to channel it as an experience. And you got to learn from it. You can't, if you continue to allow that to affect you, guess what? It's just going to make things worse going forward. You're going to continue to make the same mistakes. Plain and simple. Like, I like, what the hell is going on? Like, are you serious? Like, they're walking around the gym screaming this shit. I'm just like,
yeah, that's not called for. Let's be real.
They're misguided. They're misguided. And there's a lot of gurus out there that will tell dudes to act this way. That's not the way you should be. Like, I feel like people take certain content and then they misrepresent it, and they think that that's how that content is carried out, or it's not.
With all due respect, bro, real quick, bro, some of those gurus out here don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Fuck those gurus. You know why I say fuck those gurus? Because they've been, number one, they've been proven to be false. They were exposed by other gurus. And number three, no one really has all the answers. So sometimes you kind of learn to go and you build experience. You think Alpha Strategy is more for Virginia or Kevin Samuels became like this overnight. No one's born like, I got the answers to dating, and they still don't have the answers. I'm sorry, but as much as I Kevin Samuels, I don't go by everything he says. I know that works for him, and I work for him. However, in the midst of everything, overall spectrum, what he says is very accurate, and he's saying things, from a more like sort of like an older person that's been around point of view, from a guy that's got a lot of experience, the guy that's been, a guy that again is a high value male, and he represents for guys that like good money, but he'll tell you that like it's not in life. It's not about having all the women. It's about having the right life. The woman will come with it. It's kind of part of the journey,
I think
like he's good at what he does, but people just see everything like the small things, like he said this, and oh, I like how he plays girls that like this, and they just left at that. Don't even left at that, man. Fuck off. Don't even left at a girl. Hang on. Let me finish talking. Don't even left at a girl that gets, like play because she's a weirdo who's delusional. They'll be like, oh man, it's such a shame, If they got kind of like gotta pray and wish the best for them. I wish girls that could actually get themselves to the right level, like lose weight, learn more things, don't focus on the beauty, but find the right guy. Don't have these unrealistic expectations. But they do that, and then guys like us, all three of us have left it. Let's be real. I know for a fact all three of us have left in the past. Like, look, Dr. saying, Kevin Samuel left her, made her look like a dumbass because she's so stupid for calling in. But because these women don't know any better, bro. I mean, I thought, or these guys, they be, they be fed bullshit, they be watching stupid things, getting stupid advice, All three of us have. And it's not a bad advice like try to be your friend. It's just they got to be a friend. We leaning towards the intention. Yo, I want to date you and let her know how you feel about it. Don't just be a friend and be a friend first. In the meantime, she's all these other guys and you get no turn or you get friend zoned, even worse.
Yeah, I mean, you have to make your intentions known right from the beginning. Like if you're looking for friendship or if you're looking to date,
you got to see it both ways, though.
If you're looking for something serious, like that has to like come like right from the beginning or whatnot, and then you can go from there.
Well, plain and simple, don't play the friend role too. Guys out here doing favors for women and like literally not like literally playing as friends, spending money and not getting anything out of it. Like,
don't do big favors, guys. Do not do big favors. Steve, you just nailed it, bro. You're talking about the golden truth right now. I noticed it too. You do big favor. She thinks like she could be tough to ask this. She asks you favors, but she never come. Like, all right, I'll give you guys an example. Some girl on my Facebook page, right? Never really met her. I know her friends on Facebook. I'll see her feed here and there. I don't think she commented on my shit. I don't know what she DM me talking about if I can help her get a job. Like, what? What do a recruiting agency? I didn't keep it too long. I was like, what you need? She's like, oh, this shit. And I was like, I don't know. I was like, just send me your email. I said, give me your email. I'll send you because I get a job offers all the time through my other email. The school email, right, Marius? So I told, give me an email. All right, cool. I'll send you some stuff from Indeed or whatever. She's like, what she said, bro, Steve? She said, I have 4 kids. I'm a single mom. I was like, oh, okay. I said, sounds great. How can I help you? I mean, I could be a recruiter, bro, for jobs. I can't be no Captain Save-A-Ho or save a damaged woman with 4 kids.
I'm gonna be honest. There's guys out here like cash apping women shit and like all this other stuff. Like, hey, like literally just for like clout, like to try to get something with women. It's like, yeah, you can't be out here doing this. Like to be honest,
I work way too hard for my money to be doing stuff like
don't be a sucker,
Yeah, I work way too hard for my exactly. That's a perfect example. So I work way too hard for my money. It's like, yo, you got to value yourself at the end of the day. Can't be out here to help everybody at the end of the day. It's like if that person doesn't have any type of value in your life, then it's just like, you know what I mean?
Let me tell you something right now, my man Steve Hustler. Steve Hustler. Right? Your name is Steven Hustler. Let me tell you something right now, bro. Oh no, that was funny, Marius. One time I was trying to call Steve. I said, call Steve Hustler. Steve said, I'm calling Steven Hustler. That's why I said that. But let me tell you something, guys. You do stuff for girls. I've done it, even at the club I work at. I did a very small favor for a girl. You required some money, but I got her something. Like, I didn't need the money return. And I did it just a surprise one time, just to be cool to her. She didn't fucking. Not only she see that it's truth, but eventually, bro, she stopped talking to me altogether. Like, we're never talking. That's not. I don't want to put it out there. We're just cool because I work with her cordial. But she had DM'd me on IG with her talking about, hey, where are you? I was in California. I said, I'm in California. Why? What's up? Like, is my presence at the club then known? Like, I haven't been here. I was only there to go for like 5 days. She DM'd me. We're cool. They have to drop shit that she's cool me. But then, through some grapevines of mine, because she used to work at another club, I find out that she had said something about me. Like, damn, girl, what are you trying to like dirty money for? You don't even know me like that. And then she stopped following me on IG. But then I seen the other day and she acted cool. Like, oh, hey, George, and this and that. So I know the fake from the real. So what I do, bro, I just try to stay away. I might see them and give a hand and say hi and smile, like, and keep moving, bro. I'm not going to interact with them. I'm not going to follow them on IG. I'm not going to reflect their pictures. More than likely, 99.9% chance, I'm not looking at their stories. Unless I want to look at their stories, I have a reason to. And that's just that. Hi and bye. If you speak to me, I speak to you. I have no problem looking by you. I think I don't know you. Not at all. And it goes somebody I'm even cool with, let alone somebody I don't really have no real connection with, Somebody I'm just chilling with, like a girl on my job, right? So now, Fast forward, last let me see, Monday was it? Yeah, Monday, right? Fast forward Monday, which was this Monday just passed. I'm working. There's two games, right? Sixers and I believe the Phillies played, right? Sixers lost the game, but they won yesterday.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it was a pretty popping Monday, right? At the end of the night, two girls that I work with asked me for a ride, and my man's came through. My homie, my man Cozy came through. We're hanging out. These two girls asked for a ride. I take him there, and I give him right to the corner store, which is around the corner. And this one girl I'm talking about, this particular chick, she's a bartender there. She had walked there, but at the bar, at the club, I mean, at the gas station, I'm in the car. I'm trying to roll up. I told the girl, just give me some backwoods. And she's like, oh, yeah, no problem. And she, they went up to get their own thing, the girls, right? And I get out the car real quick. I was looking at my tire, but also making sure they're cool. Even though there's some security there, because it's a very tough spot. There's these shooties there. So I'm just kind of, be cool, cozy in the car, whatever. They're going inside. When they come out, this girl comes out too. She's there. She's like, oh, so this is like a reunion for the job. Y'all here? And they're like, yeah, with George. You can come with us. He's okay. They pretty much invited her in the car. I didn't say, nothing, but I mean, I didn't care. And she's like, well, I didn't know we had a shuttle here. I was like, I told her, what's up? Kay. I don't want to say her real name. I know her now. I just don't want to say it. So what's up, Kay? And she's like, yeah, something about, hey, come. I didn't care. Even though I knew information that she definitely ran her mouth a little about me, or not that she talked shit about me, but she spread words that she heard about somebody else, like rumors, gossip. Like a lot of girls out there do, especially in clubs, they gossip. It is what it is. I was like, damn, all right. So I just showed my true side, and I gave the two girls a ride. So we went to the club or whatever. She got out because it's only around the corner, but who wants to walk in a cold night, right? We go in the club or whatever. She comes out. The guy that was the layman, security comes out. Like, yeah, cool, like yeah. And then they're almost done. So we waited for this girl to get a cab, to get an Uber. The two girls are there, two strippers. They're like, they asked me for a ride. I was like, yeah, I'll give you guys a ride. I mean, I have room in the back. Move the baby seats, whatever, move all my junk or whatever. Sent it back. Took him to I believe they live in South Philly. They live in South Philly, but in like a nice area, kind of like near. It's like it's really close to University City, so it wasn't that far, like right there, maybe like 20 minutes from the club, right? I take him there, but it's like this one bartender, she kind of again, she had no problem acting like she didn't know me, not appreciating anything I ever did for her, even some stuff. Yeah, I heard some rumors about George. Hey, what did you hear? You hear rumors from a fucking psychotic girl. That's what you heard. You heard, oh, George this, but she also did not hear that George helped this crazy psychotic bitch. That's what she said, the bitch. I'm gonna call everybody out today. I'm not gonna give a fuck. I'm repped out. I was gonna give her my truck or help her with my truck to move. But she's a little cuckoo in the head. I say, let me get out. I come to find out that she gets kicked out of the club for doing some dumb shit. And this girl says something. Oh, I heard George showed up to her house and invited. She had a gun. Okay, and so she had a gun. What? I got a gun too. Remember, I got the banana clip on me. What's gonna happen? I went to her house because she told me the night before, you come whenever, and I went there for some business. It was in and out. I didn't want there to fucking hang out with her. But you see how they spread rumors? So they tried to dirty my name. So I thought about it. I was like, all right, bitch, like, you really want to play games to myself? You gonna do that? No, all right, cool. I said, I'll be cool, I'm not gonna call you out for it, but I just need to know that. And again, eventually I will let her know. Like, look, throughout the grapevine, I know that when you want to Xfinity Live, you work there, you open your mouth about me. Little did she know, two of the guys that worked at OGs there are my good friends. We're squad with them. They're cool with the guy that DMX's brother, the guy Joey. They're in his squad. They write and they rap, or they're just like most of them are just like graffiti writers, and they do some kind of like construction thing. But two of the guys work there as barbecue. So the words will come back to me. I don't understand what she'll say there. I heard all this about George, and like, why you got engaged, And then another guy at the club told me the story about it and told me, yeah, I don't know, bro. This girl kept trying to talk to me, but I was trying to be, evasive. And then he's like, I hear her talking. She says she mentioned your name and all kind of talks some stuff about you. Like, he's like, just rumors that she heard, but why would she say that though? But then I seen her half an hour later coming up to you, say hi to you, acting like nothing happened. Two-faced stuff. So he's like, you know what? I know this girl's a bird. I can't talk to her. I was like, you see, bro, you prove my point. And literally the day after this happened, it's when I gave her the ride to the station, which was a Monday. So you see what I'm saying, bro? You do for them, bro, and not only they don't care, but they go up behind your back and do more fuckery. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna keep my distance from me right here. That's it. It doesn't help that her best friends, it's like these two sisters that I'm really cool with. We're like really tight like that, and they're kind of like, they're my girls. I'm their guy, but they're friends with this chick who's clearly a little toxic. And then I hear the guys, the best of my club talking about she thinks she's all that, man. You're a redhead girl who doesn't have much. You're like maybe a solid 6, maybe, when I'm drunk as hell on a Monday, maybe, number one. Number two, she don't come in, she don't get buzzed in from her. She comes in the front door because she thinks she's too classy. You see what I'm saying? The delusions, the expectations. Girl, how you too classy? You got fired from Xfinity Live and you work at a club. Anyway, but you see what I'm saying, guys? So you can never trust girls that are kind of cute or think they're cuter than they are, or like they're friendly or all like that, And I mean, I'm not gonna say everything she said to me. She said stuff to me like pretty much you be thinking like, yo, dog, you better hit her up or pursue her. Matter of fact, she had like because one time like I went to the station on my break and I got her vape, so she cashed at me, Talking about I have a shot for you for Henny. I put it under the bar. I'm like, well, thank you, honey, but I don't drink on a job. But maybe after, you know. And I'm not even really a big drinker like that anymore. So, you know, I got a number and all that. That don't mean that it can be fake and act like they're cool with you and throw some shade, you know. Because I'm not gonna say she talked shit about me, but she threw shade. Although she did, and why you gotta mention that like to other girls that you spring gossip that an insane, toxic woman did who got fired from a job who was, I mean, clearly had a gun, it was not even her name, and was doing some fuckery, bro. She was, you know, she's connected with with the drug guys, you know. She was disturbed. I went to her house to help her. I thought I helped somebody. She's like, yo, take me on. I took her home. We smoked. And then she's like, I'm moving. I was like, oh, I got a truck. My dad got a truck. I can ask him. Ask my dad. He said, problem. If you need to take it. Just pump the tires and put some gas in that. But then you're like stupid. So no, I'm not going to help you. And no, you know what? Find another way to go. You see what I'm saying, bro? I still got my job. I can still pay my bills. I can still, you know, make money and meet people at that place, meet plugs. She's not there no more. So now the girl that heard the rumor from her, now she feels stupid. Now because everybody know the club and know what happened to her. She got caught with drugs in the club and she did some dumb shit. What did G Money do? Nothing but be nice to a chick that didn't deserve to be nice. And a bartender was clearly, you know, not up there in age. And
Yeah,
shit. So I handled it cool. You know, I was like, you know, that's cool. You know, I wasn't mad. Because you know why though? Because I already knew about it months before. So when I heard about that, I was like, yeah, I know she, you know, likes to talk a little. But then when I walk in, she'll be like, hey, George, or depending how much she needs me, she'll give me a hug. Oh, you give me a hug. Well, can you ask me to go to the station? You see, there's a catch. Yeah, man, he'd be like that sometimes. You just gotta know. See, I like the girls that don't need you for a favor, but I ask you, like, I like to do favors for girls that deserve it. Like, I'll be like, you know, some of the station, and she cool with it, like, it's a cool chick. Now the girls don't act like very like, oh, I'm in a bad mood, everybody leave me alone. I don't know what I'm doing it. She freaks out. Like, no, how about hold your collectedness. Don't freak out the world because you had a bad day because you have a vape. Vaping is nothing important. I'll get you a fucking vape. Just fucking ask me. Sick of that shit. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, it's just.
But see what I'm saying, bro? Sometimes it be that way. So don't get suckered in and shit like that. Just be very, you know.
Yeah, that's just human interaction. That's not really like obviously dating, but it's just it's crazy. Yeah, you just gotta be careful.
Bro, that's the thing, bro. Sometimes you be nice to girls, whether you date them or not, and be nice to the right person. There's been girls that be nice to.
I mean, there's a difference between being nice and like trying to do favors. You know what I mean? I mean, it doesn't take much to be a good person, but it's like doing favors and going above and beyond for people is like it's.
Who don't even look at you like that? Yeah, it's terrible.
That's a whole other thing because you could definitely get taken advantage of. I mean, just honestly feel vibes out. I feel like I'm a pretty good judge of character, so it's just like. I'm not doing favors for people that don't bring any type of energy towards my life. You know what I mean?
You can see the energy, bro. It's one thing about being to add on to it because I've been the same way. I've been a good judge of character for the most part, but sometimes you can. It's one thing, bro, to see like they might act a certain way, but sometimes their actions and not what they say, how they act around you, to trying to pretend, but it's like the smile they have, this and that. It's a lot of things that what I mean. Kind of make you.
Well, people can be fake, but you just get. I mean, it's just.
Yeah, you got to be very careful. Because also people can be very manipulative, and I've seen guys manipulate girls and vice versa. But
what did Chris Brown say? He said, "Don't trust a big butt and a smile."
Yep.
A lot of guys said that. I think the Doug Williams said that before.
Hey, I mean, just gotta be careful, man. It's plain and simple. It's like, but yeah, I think we've gone a pretty decent amount of time because we're already over an hour, guys. Basically. We went over, some cold approaching. We talked about the dating landscape 2022. We talked about, frame, first date experiences a little bit. We got to hear George's little club brand story, which was definitely interesting, man. People throwing shade.
You mean George experiences? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it'd be like that. I mean, when you work with nothing but women, bro, you see a lot more what's going on, and some girls will put you on about other girls. I mean, the ratio there is like 70-30. 30% are male, 10% are women. When I work, with
bro, what do I say? What do they say, man? All publicity is good publicity. They're talking. Let them talk.
To be honest, with the all publicity is good publicity, I don't actually agree with that. I'll be honest. I kind of disagree, to be honest, bro. I do believe that all kind of publicity, every time your name's mentioned, I mean, at least you kind of being mentioned. But if it's for a wrong thing, if you think all publicity is good publicity, ask Johnny Depp how good publicity is.
It's plain and simple. If somebody has something to say about you, I always say it. Like, and then somebody says, "Oh, I heard this from somebody." It's like, "Oh, you want to hear the real story?" It's like, "Ask me first." You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you gotta keep it cool, calm, and collected. If you get frustrated, like, "Oh, who's spreading rumors about me and stuff?" You could be getting upset and stuff. It's like people can kind of tell, and then people start to think people like that are guilty. You know what I mean? You just got to be confident in who you are. I've had people that don't like me. I have people that have said things about me. It just is what it is. But it's just that's what it is, man. You got to be honestly whole frame. Yo, who is that? It says
George is savage.
Savage fellas, George is a savage.
Oh, it's my boy
Appreciate it.
Todd. My boy Todd.
Oh yeah, Todd got it. What's up,
Todd,
Todd?
what's up, brother? Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, I
man.
try to be, man. But I mean, to be honest, I don't really try, man. I just gotta speak facts and let things, happen how they are. Again, now it's a lot different when you were working with women and you pretty much like almost like their shoulder to cry on because you get paid doing that. I'm here to the show. I'm there. We do my thing. I see cute shorty coming, my cute little stripper coming up there, putting nails on me. I'm looking around. Oh, what's up? I'm like, oh, the fuck was that? And she's like, oh, is he in the office? Can I do this? Can I do that? Can you go to the door and this guy here for me? I'm like, no, I cannot go to the door. Let this guy in for you.
You know what you say in that scenario. I'm telling you right now, dude. Yeah, just say, hey, look, sweetheart, I gotta work, and just walk past her, bro. Just don't even do nothing.
Oh, yeah. See,
and guess what will happen? I'm gonna be realistic with you, bro. Guess what? You have her attention.
Let me tell you something, Steve. That's gold. Steve is big guys. Everybody watching right now, females, males, girls, and guys, everything. What Steve just said right now, that's called not only is it like a cold approach to be, it should be like a silent savage. Could you be cool? You just tell her, I'm busy, baby. Maybe later.
Yeah, hand on the shoulder. It's like, hey, look, sweetheart, I gotta
work.
It's
called the James Bond approach, bro. They call it the James Bond approach. You know why? Because you're like a James Bond type character. You got a little suit on, and she says, I need your help. You look at her, sweetheart, maybe later. And if you do that, you go like this. Touch her face.
It leaves like a mysterious thing, but at the same time, if she works at a club, man, she's getting attention like every dude looking at her. So it's like
your job is get attention, bro.
So if you walk away like that, but you gotta own it. You can't just be fake and be like fraud. It's like honestly, like I got a job to do. All right, it's like it's sweetheart. I'll talk to you later.
I'll keep it cool, bro. I tell him I'll see what I could do, and I'll tell him sorry. Like I'll help you. They bring the boyfriend in, right? Dude doesn't have fucking no. I'm sorry. He comes in. He comes in Crocs. Come to the club in fucking Crocs and looking at him. And I'm looking at him like, I'm thinking to myself, all right, if you have Crocs with sweatpants, cool. Yo, fella, let me tell you something, big man. You got to throw me some dollars, dog. Oh, how much you own, bro? I don't know, boss nigga. Throw me like 20. Says simple. Oh, no. Simple like that. Oh, yeah, me and my man Marquis do the same thing there. We make money at the door. All right, come on, bro. Can't you look out? No, I can't look out, bro. Like, my pockets are kind of light right now. Stomach's touching. You got that 20 for me? Oh, they'll give you a 20 because they want to go see their girl or the girls in there. But in this particular instance, the boss right there, the boss spoke, and she's like,
you said my man walked up in Crocs.
He came in the Crocs, bro. I was like, what the fuck is he doing? I mean, he was a smooth guy, bro. Looked like Bill Durk a little with the the dreads and all that, long ass blonde dreads. He had a nice little ice watch on, sweatpants, but they were hot, nice sweatpants, nice little Javici shirt, whatever he had. And he had Crocs on. I'm like, yo, where did you come from? Like the barn? I was like, yo, I was
what you said? You said, what's up, big man?
I was like, what's up? And I was like, yo, no, I told him verbatim. I was like, what's going on, big man? He's like, what's up? And he's like, yo, I was like, and I was like, I'm trying to go to the club. I was like, yeah, you were such boyfriend. He's like, yeah, from Paris. I was like, all right, I looked at him. I was like, I'm gonna keep it real, homie. He's like, I'll let you in, man, even though you got sweatpants, and I'll probably could throw me $1 or $2 and we cool. He's like, well, how much you need? He's like 20. I said, but I mean, the boss coming up right now said, I don't know, we got Crocs on, and then the boss came, and then she came to the door. She told to him, he told her to come back inside because you open the door, there's a desk, and then I go back inside by the door, and I'm hearing her talking. She's like, but come on, why? And she's like, oh, come on, that's BS. He should be able to come in to see me because I'm such and such. That's what I gotta say. I'm Paris or Lexi or Legacy. I bring the club money. They're all little pretty names, all bad as shit. They're all half naked with their nice little nails done and heels on, And he's like, no, it don't work that way. Yeah. And he's looking at her left. He's like, nah, not today. Sorry. And he's like, nope, can't come in. And she's like, she walked up, she made a little face. Then I went up to her. I said, what's up? I said, it's hard, right? I was like, the rules are lame sometimes, but I mean, what was your man thinking? What do you call me Crocs? She's like, I don't know, this and that, And she starts going in. She's like, she telling something like, how niggas are. They never can listen to anything you say. I was like, is this your man? She's like, something like that. I was like, well, next time, tell him to come with some nice Jordans and I'll get him in. Sweatpants are Crocs and sandals? No, because of the job policy. If he gets hurt, he fucks his toe up. Now what? He can sue the club. They don't want that there. They're not going to bring nothing. They're very extreme on rules, bro. You dress with the wrong code, you're not coming in. Unless you know somebody there. And let me tell you guys something. Favoritism works for sure. Oh, yeah, he does. He works. The girls at that place, guys, because I don't want to spill too much knowledge here, too much beans, but the girls at the place that are the top girls there are millionaires, guys. It's that simple. They're rich. They're rich girls. Why they keep doing that job? It's very simple. They worship money. Money is their religion. It's their greed. They just keep liking money. When you get used to the life, you can't stop. You got to go every day. Shit, I'm kind of like considering going to work tonight. I'm like, if I was at work today, I was working the floor, make some money. I'm like, I kind of want to go, but I'd rather be here with you guys, though. But.
Sir.
Yeah, they probably have poor spending habits, man. Like the moment they get the money, they spend it all the way. They don't have any habits to save the money.
They do, bro, but they trust
the moment they get it, they spend it. That's why they have to keep working back.
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. It is true, some of them do, but you know what it is, Marius? It's kind of that too, bro. but it's more to that. Like what you said is not wrong, but it's not just the whole truth in its entirety. You know what it is? They want to live the lavish lifestyle. Let me give you a couple names, guys. Give you guys some stuff, right? Ready? California, Coachella, Chanel bag, Australia,
Well,
nails done. Girls
here's
trip.
the thing.
They live very expensive lifestyles because they're used to their life now, and they know they can get their money. So it's like, and a lot of them got regular jobs. Some of them, their identity is very private because they're entertainers. But
I don't want to change the subject, but I'm gonna keep it real. If you make $1 million and you spend 800,000, you're not a millionaire. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. If you live a lavish lifestyle, yeah, I mean, if you ain't have $1 million in the bank, and then you're not a millionaire. You know what I mean?
Well, look at Mayweather, McGregor. I mean, but it's not. I mean, you can definitely not sit there and they're not millionaires.
They're still millionaires.
Right? Because they got a couple $100 million. But if McGregor had $500 million in his account and he spent so much money, he might have $300 million, $200 million. He still got some amounts, but he lost the money.
He's still a multimillionaire.
Still a multimillionaire. Whatever broke to them, it's like the richest that we ever can think of. The smart thing for guys like that, or anybody reaches $1 million and give a couple $100 million, trying to be a billionaire, it's to invest their money and multiply. So if you do lose $100 million and now you're to $400 million from 500, now you invested the money. So now you have another 500 somewhere stacked in the bank or something. So you really have $1 billion at this point, right? Because you knew how to save your money and how to make your money grow. Because we all spend money. See, it's not hard to make money, guys, honestly, but it's harder to save it or to know how to grow the money. You can still save it, but you're not saving it the right way. Like you're kind of saving it, but there's things building up. Invest in saving something, which is why Bitcoin is becoming a big thing. But that's a whole other topic, total different conversation. It ties into this because obviously girls date guys with with money and all that good stuff. But
yeah, true. Yeah. All right, guys, I think it's actually a good point to wrap it up because we are about an hour and 30 minutes in. I guess anybody who was going to join, it is tough because it's a Friday. So it's like, I know a lot of people are watching, and a lot of people that texted me, but realistically, I think it's a good point to wrap it up because it's been an hour and 30 minutes in. We talked about a lot. We didn't have any guests on last week. But I do want to take the time to thank you, Mario, for coming on and sharing your experiences with us tonight. I'm sure people will get value from it for sure, man. So thank you for coming on to start.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me, man. I appreciate it, man. It's so good to see you guys growing and stuff, man. I remember when you guys first started this thing, dude. I remember watching the first episode, and now you guys are, 80 episodes in, man. Congratulations, and let's just continue to keep going strong, man. Guys, hit that like button on YouTube. Hit the like button on Facebook, man. Share the video. Let's show some support, man. Let's, get these guys up.
Thank you, bro. That's the idea, man. We're trying to grow. We came from humble beginnings and, from a small type of, following and all that. We kind of like an idea and a vision. We didn't really know what we were going to do with it, and it's been growing, So,
yeah, man, I definitely look forward to coming back on, man. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
No problem, bro. No problem. And somebody said, "What's up, George Metchai?" I'm not sure that is.
It's Elijah.
Oh, Elijah. Yeah, what's up, Elijah?
And then also, we'll have a good episode next week. But I did want to, also because we did a Sixers a couple weeks ago, give a shout out to the Sixers for closing out the series last night against the Raptors. And the
Eagles, really nice stuff. But can I say something real quick, bro? To the little Canadian diva Drake, man, get the fuck out of Philly, Drake. Because you didn't want to be in Philly because you're scared Big Phil's gonna kill you. Talking about you guys don't get destroyed by Miami. When Drake actually put like a nice uniform and start shooting some pointers, is not being on the sideline with his little baby, then he can talk. Come on, Drake, man. Don't get mad with Toronto, man, because Toronto was never good enough to mess with us in the first place. They lost Kawhi Leonard, a lot of teams, He was being a fan, but he used to beat. You guys don't get destroyed and swept from the Heat. Come on, Drake, man. Get out of here, man. Nobody tells you your album's gonna flop with your corny ass albums, I mean, I like his music, but damn, bro, don't act like you're some kind of athlete expert out there.
Nah, I mean, he's just trolling. I mean, to be honest, I like Drake's music. I like Drake's music.
I like music too, but I mean, damn, bro, what you know about basketball? Acting like you're gonna go slap, That's like me saying, Gunna's album's gonna destroy your album. It's gonna be much better than yours. We don't know that. Maybe Drake will put numbers in this album. His album was fire. The recent one, I mean,
it was a fun series. Embiid was trolling him too. They were going back and forth. Like Embiid did.
He was there yesterday. Yeah. He was very agitated with his little braids behind. He's like, "Come on, guys!" He's hyping up his team. It's funny how they are playing really well, and then once it was 20-point difference, it was over. The Sixers woke up, said, "Let me stop playing around. Let's let us, get it ready." And Harden, man, James Harden, man, you see that, bro? He said the little pass he did, bro. How he looked up and he just little sweeping, little penetrating pass. Guy got it.
Yeah.
Boom, right there, layup was easy. Like Harden, when he wants to play, he could be a very good team player.
Yeah, but say that. I'm excited to see. Excited to see next week's series. But yeah, I think we can wrap it up here, guys. To everybody else watching out there, I know some people, because it is a Friday, told me that we're going to watch the rebroadcast. So, guys, if you're watching it after the fact, still comment, like, share, subscribe. We appreciate it as always. We have George, I do want to talk to you about some updates to the website. We don't have to stay on tonight, but not tonight, but we could talk more about it because there's some things I want to talk about, kind of in terms of the introduction we can work on, and also the website, man. So we're definitely gonna have some things coming. And now that summer's coming, a summer giveaway I think is definitely in the works for Memorial Day weekend.
Definitely
So
some giveaways.
Stay tuned for that as well, guys, and we'll just keep loading guests on here and keep it pushing, guys. But do want to thank both of you for being here tonight, and to everybody else out there watching, thank you as well. Yeah, that's all I really have. If anybody else has anything, but with that being said, have a great night and a great weekend.
I think we
Bye, guys. Have
covered a good
night,
amount. No problem. I think we covered a good amount, guys. I think we could sort of like other stuff like communicating, understanding, and building relationships. We can actually do that for part 3 because I mean, as we know, this is a very long series. No way we could kind of like cover everything in like one episode or 2 episodes, and even if it's an hour and a half, and so I think we could probably do another one. I think the next one for dating should be sometime in late June, July, because spring. I mean, right now it's like April. It's like dating season. Girls, they always ready to date around like summer. Guys are ready to go out and all that. I mean, Memorial Day weekend is coming up next month, right after my birthday, so we could do another dating episode if you and Mary always welcome. Try to bring Rich Mitchell and a couple of our friends. So we'll probably do one like either late June or July. I think it'll be like a good one to kind of like follow up because it's always a trending topic, especially what's going on. I mean, we covered obviously the Will Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith, situation. We covered that a few episodes ago. We'll be talking about a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff on the news going on, guys, with regards to like celebrity gossip and not even gossip, but dating, court cases. I mean, bad relations and all that.
Yeah.
The whole point is to talk about toxic relationships in order to give people perspective to give less of those things, to sort of cure things from the community, the whole community, people that we know, or just the whole dating community. We're not trying to necessarily give you guys a lot of red pill material. There might be a episode for red pill, but that's gonna be a advised one because I mean some people might not be ready for that one, and we don't want to really go too far with it. But this is just perspective and actual stuff, facts. Some stuff can be researched, and you guys can look it up. Nothing was made up here. I even tell you guys some personal stories of mine, and that's all it is. So hopefully everybody liked this episode. 80 was a pretty good one, and 81 will be even more fun. So keep going, guys. This show never ends. So yep, it was fun. I like doing this with you guys. It was fun.
Yeah, it was always good. We'll do a part 3 soon. But guys, have a great night, a great weekend, and I will talk to you all soon. And everybody else, great weekend.
Peace. Have a good weekend, guys, and you guys as well.
Bye, guys. Take
Salute.
care. Bye.
All right.